Welcome to another episode of the Almighty Vibes podcast. I'm your host, Almighty. Man, something interesting happened to me yesterday, and that's kind of the whole topic of this podcast. So, while I was writing a verse, right, I'm back and doing my music stuff, so expect some things from there. But while I was doing my, writing my verse, finding it difficult to write my verse, I kind of just, just relaxing, what anybody would do, kind of trying to figure it out. I looked to my right, and I could see outside. And I seen this beetle kind of been flying around, just, apparently beetles are blind or something like that, right? So I seen it flying around. And by the next time I would get back to my verse and all that, and I looked again, the beetle had gotten caught in a spider's web. And I'm like, oh, wow, this spider about to get him. You know what I mean? The spider was, what, 1/4 the size of the beetle. And the spider, had got him in the web. I could see the spider from the top coming down, got to where the beetle was that was trapped in its web, right? And it, there was like a whole fight or something going on. I think it was like trying to spin some more webs at it, right? And I could just see this beetle just fighting and fighting and fighting, like just constantly fighting. It was not giving in, right? Just kept fighting and fighting. The spider fought the beetle for a good while, tried to spin it up for a good while. It wasn't working out for itself. It then decided to go back up to where it was, it had another prey, I think, or something like that, just kind of resting all at the top of the ceiling. So it goes there, spins that one, and it's kind of easy. I'm watching this whole thing happen, right? So I could look at the beetle. The beetle's there fighting. It's stuck in the web, like it's all its arms and all that stuck in the web, and I could see it just struggling and struggling and struggling. I could see the web, like it's so thin, and damn near couldn't see it, but I could see the web just right there, and the spider can feel all the vibrations, right? So one of the beetle's leg, after like a good, honestly, like let's say a good 2 to 5 minutes of struggling with this web, one of the beetle's leg comes off from the web, right? And I'm like, oh wow, it's gone. It's about to get out. And once that happened, the spider noticed that and started going back down. So I'm like, oh no, this spider is not giving up, and this beetle ain't giving up neither. So the spider comes down. And there's another tussle, right? They're trying to fight and everything for that. I guess the spider's trying to get the beetle. That would be a good meal for it. But the beetle was not giving in. Kept fighting, kept fighting, kept fighting, kept fighting. And eventually the spider just gave up on it and just went back up there and just relaxed, right? And I watched this beetle just constantly fighting and fighting and fighting, still stuck, right? Constantly fighting and fighting and fighting until it finally got loose from the web. Falls to the floor on its back. And you know how beetles are, when they fall on their back, it's pretty hard for them to roll over or something like that. So I'm seeing this beetle still just fighting, even on its back, just fighting, just to get away, just to get up, just to get, just to get around. And it kind of taught me something in that little moment right there. Life is like that spider, right? Seems like, we like the beetle. We are the beetle because we don't necessarily know where we're going. Everybody kind of has an idea in their mind of what they want, how all that good stuff is. So just like the beetle that's blind and always flying around, we constantly looking for opportunities, right? Just keep going and keep striving, just keep trying to do what we can. And sometimes we get caught in the web. We get caught in the BS. We get caught in, situations. And that beetle fought and fought and fought and fought, of course. Just like the beetle, we have so much potential for whatever we decide to do, whatever we desire. We have so much potential. We are strong. But unlike the beetle, some people tend to give up when it gets too tough. If that beetle had just been like, man, I'm already caught in this, let's just, after fighting for a little bit, or maybe after fighting the first time, by the next time the spider came in, the beetle was just like, man, he's going to get me. It would have been it. But the beetle kept fighting. And unlike, some people, the beetle didn't give up, right? Some people would give up after, the first try, the second try, they give up type thing, right? But the beetle kept going on. And that beetle kind of, as I said, that's us, right? We have so much potential, so much strength, whatever we want to do. And it seems like some of us just give up too early just because, it looks like it's hard, it looks like it's too difficult. I'm talking to myself as well because in my life, certain circumstances have been, challenging, extremely challenging. And I was, watching this beetle act, do what it did and all that. It just kind of had me think like if you really want something in life, you should just go for it. No matter what anybody thinks, just keep striving for it. Just keep going. Just keep at it. You might achieve it, you might not, but you're going to be closer to your goal every single struggle, every single time. Just like the Beetle, we don't know where we're going. We have so much potential, so much strength. We might get trapped, in the little web, in the little BS, right? And we are just in the situations where we don't even know what to do. But as long as we keep fighting and keep fighting and keep fighting and keep fighting, we will eventually get some kind of results, some kind of progress. We're going to see some kind of difference. You know what I'm saying? This situation I was watching with the Beetle and, the lesson, it taught me, a lot of people tend to talk about how like they go through nature and nature just teaching them things. It's because I feel, not just, I truly believe that we are all made from the same, we came from the same entity, right? We all share the same creator atom. We all the possibility atom of it. If the creator is so big, we're pieces of the creator, right? So we still are a part of the creator. We possess the same abilities and all that the creator does, just in a micro dose or in a atomic dose, you could say, right? So if we are like that, no matter what we want, we can accomplish it. It might not be necessarily what is set for us or whatever we think, is set for us, but we can accomplish it nonetheless. It might take us eons, time and time again, maybe centuries, generations, whatever it is, but we can accomplish it. We just have to strive for it. Keep going, keep working hard, and we, of course, while you keep going and keep working hard, you taking a step closer. Even if it's a micro inch of a step, you're still moving forward. As long as you don't stop, you don't give up, you are still moving forward, experiencing what you want to experience. And that whole thing, as I said, it just kind of taught me a lesson. And I'm just like, man, just like the Beetle, I know I have a lot of potential to do what I plan on doing, whatever it is, and we're going to see it. But as long as I don't give up, as long as I can just keep thugging it through and doing what I like to do, doing what what I aim to do, it's going to work out. It's going to work out one way or another. It's just as long as I keep going forward, it will work out. Just like the Beetle, I don't know exactly where I'm going. I have an idea, but I don't know exactly what is there. I might get caught in the trap, but if I get caught in that trap, I just got to keep fighting. And when I keep fighting, just like that Beetle, one leg is going to come off. Maybe challenge might get tougher. Now I'm fighting with one leg out, off my balance, off my rail. But as long as I keep going, eventually, just like that Beetle, I'm going to fall out of that web and be free. That's just basically the idea that I kind of got from watching that. And that lesson, I think, is, it's awesome. Like consistency, as they say, right? It's the key. You keep being consistent. No matter how stupid the thing is, no matter what anybody says about it. Like when I say stupid, I mean stupid to other people. To you is something. To other people it's stupid, right? No matter how it is, no matter what people tell you, you just keep going, keep moving forward, keep striving for that thing that you're trying to achieve. That's the best message I can give. That's what I learned from that little experience. Of course, this is not too much. This is not a long pod. This is just a little something that just came to my mind, right? And I definitely had to share it. So y'all, of course, appreciate y'all for staying tuned with this little story, this little energetic move. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm gonna keep dropping things like this every day. Where they might be short, it might be longer, but every day we're gonna sit down and talk. So stay tuned, stay mighty, because we almighty. I'm gonna catch you the next time.